I am Jyothi, Chief Executive of Brahma Jyothi Supreme Office Worldwide. This is the 15th video in this series. Before starting, I will give you the time specifications today. Today, 27th February 2021, Saturday. Now we are in Aquarius zodiac, governed by planet Saturn, presiding deity Yama, the god of death, often called the Shasta, one who reprimands you, and also by death, diseases, and difficulties. And he is one who gives you, he gives you the refuge also, in case you are ready to reform. The punishment I already cited. I will give you the specific examples also. How it will be, how it is implemented. Now these three categories you know. There are still further specific cases that I will explain. And this is the last resort for you. After this there is nobody to help. You have to proceed. Or you will be left behind. You will be rejected. And then, being Saturday, that also Yama the god of death, their lord is also Yama the god of death, often called Shasta. Then the stellar configuration is from Makam star. This is the star of the ancestors. It is influenced by ancestors. And this month is Aquarius, Makam star. It is very important for Jyothi temple in Kerala. If you visit that temple and get the blessings today, particularly the women who are unmarried women, they are likely to get good husbands. Good husband. That is the peculiarity and speciality of this day. This star, Aquarius star, Magam, Aquarius zodiac Magam. That is the speciality. The unmarried women are likely to get good husband. That is the speciality. And now we have almost traveled halfway through the Aquarius zodiac. You can see they are in the Aquarius of my right hand side, from bottom up, 1, 2, 3, up. There you can see the image of sun god. That sun god has moved almost halfway through the zodiac. Now almost about 50-55% sun god has to move. So we are almost complete 50% in the zodiac. That assessment almost 50% over. Still another 50% is still there. You can see on top, third box, top. That is the first one is Sagittarius, second one is Capricorn, third one is third box that represents Aquarius zodiac. That is where now sun god is situated, and he has moved through halfway. And so far that much information I have given. Is still 50% journey we have to complete in Aquarius zodiac. By that time I will explain some more details that relevant to Aquarius. And last video, in the previous video, we had discussed about the story of Androcles, the slave and the lion, Androcles, who was given death's judgment. But when that was to be executed, the lion didn't kill. The king of the forest didn't kill the slave who helped him once in the forest, and left him go, and proved in turn the lion, the king of the forest, proved he is really a king. In the whether he be in the forest or whether he be in land, he proved he is really a king. That is the genetic character, that because of the quality of design from the world of Brahma, the creator. So what helped the lion to do that perfect justice? That is only because of the smell of the customer. He could not see the person to whom he should do justice because he was starving. He was starving for several days. The military people, they starved him, this lion, to compel him to take the slave, have the slave. When he is offered to this lion, the lion should certainly kill. That was the condition they have put. But the lion refused to kill because of the genetic character incorporated by Brahma, the creator. But he could not see the person to whom he should do justice because he was blind. He was blind because of starvation for several days. He could not see. He was rushing to the young man, to the man, the slave, who was waiting for his justice, and he was almost killed, almost jumped over him, and then in the nick of a time he got the smell of the customer who is waiting for his judgment and landed near his feet, and he was showing signs of familiarness by waving his tail and then lingering around him. Then the king decided to let him off. The story, the decision I have told the last in detail. So, in the present world, this is continuation. This is what happened in the ancient time. This is now in modern time also. We are telling, if you want to be a success, you should satisfy your customer, you should satisfy your customer, and you should satisfy your customer. Only if you satisfy your customer, you are a success. Whether be it in your business, whether be it in your life, or whether you be in your any other activity in the world, if you want to be a success, you should satisfy your customer. And if you want to satisfy your customer, then we say you should know the customer close enough. What are his preferences? What are his priorities? What are his likes and dislikes? Like so many details, you should know. If you should know those details, you should be close enough yet to a customer. Then only you will be able to know what are his requirements and meet accordingly. And if you are close enough to the customer, then certainly you will get the smell of your customer. Then certainly you can satisfy the customer. That is the success secret behind most of the excellent companies in the world. And I'll tell you the real case. In the earlier video I had told about Thomas J. Peters and Thomas J. Peters and Robert H. Waterman Jr., two consultants of McKinsey consultants. They did a survey and published a book called In Search of Excellence, way back in 1985. I got the book in 1985. So from that day onwards, I am reading that book. Several times I have gone through the book. And in the beginning, they tell about a story. It's a real life incident. Before starting the discussions in detail. Both of them, during the survey, both of them stepped into the HP retail store. And they want to purchase a programmable calculator. They were discussing with the salesman at the counter. And after some time, they were astonished with the technical knowledge of the person at the counter. They started questioning the person at the counter. Why is about his background, why he has so much of technical knowledge. Then the salesman, the person at the counter, he said, "Sir, I am not a salesman in the shop. I am a design engineer from HP headquarters, design center, having a first-hand experience about the customer requirements in the shop. So that I can incorporate these details when I go back to the design center and incorporate these details so that the customer requirements will be met and there will be much more customer satisfaction." So that is one of the examples. Most of the advanced companies, what are the excellent companies, incorporate. This is the case from Hewlett Packard, HP, Hewlett Packard. So this is what they found. The two consultants, when they're doing the survey about how the excellent companies are functioning, why they are functioning so well, they found out this. This is the one of that came across and they found out that. So that is one of the examples. Then similarly, this is not exactly new. Actually, this happened very beginning in 1979. This incident, Thomas J. Peters and Robert H. Wartman, they themselves have given the heading close to the customer and said, if you want to get to satisfy the customer, you should get the smell of the customer. This they have really written in that book. But this is not entirely new. This was reported in 1985. Before that, when I passed out engineering in 1979, in our batch there were electronics engineers. I belonged to mechanical engineering. And I got, after about only 3 months, I got a job in West Bengal, in Hindustan Motors. Till that time I was roaming around. But before that, my batchmates in the electronics department, they got job in the state capital, here in state capital, Trivandrum. Some of them they got job. A good amount, a good batch, a good number of my friends got the job. And one day when I was walking in front of the secretariat, main area, one of them came across me. And we had a discussion at that spot, in front of the secretariat and in front of the American Motors showroom. We stood there for some time and we discussed. And I asked, just because just like Peter, Thomas J. Peter and Robert Smith, I want to know what they are doing. These people, they got new job. They were first to get the job in electronics plant. What you are doing in a new job? I asked. He said, I am in marketing department. Then I got some more. After studying for about 4 years in engineering, electronics engineering, he is in marketing department. Then he said, and again I asked, what job you are doing there? Then she said, I am asked to go around the showrooms, electronic showrooms, and ask about what are the products there, what are their features, and what is the price of each product. All these you go and then go and prepare a report. And he is almost dejected. When I heard this, I am also got dejected. After studying electronic engineering for 4 years and he is doing all this. At that time I didn't get this much deep information. And after that, I got the job and I was given some assignment. Then I was asked to go around, stand in the shop for so many years, so many days, throughout the day. Gradually, I grasped this idea. If you really want to meet the requirements, you have to be thorough with the details, and you have to satisfy your customer. Then only you will be able to be a success. And I used to go around the shop 2 days, 2 times in a day, almost 700 in about 450 days. I was there in Hindustan Motors, West Bengal, and almost about 800, 900 times I have gone on. 2 times a day I used to go around the shop to find out what is happening. And I was aware with almost all the details. After that, I got a job in Kerala. I became a consultant. At that time, I got a job as a consultant, and almost 80 organizations I did consultancy assignment. Wherever I had done all that, most of the time I was spending with the employees, managers, so many discussions. And there was even complaint I was spending so much of time in discussing with them but to start the assignment itself, because I want to get familiar with all these things. But in most of the assignments, even in the first job we had discussed completely, 100% satisfaction we ensured. They are all agreed to the findings. Second assignment, like that, continued, and one of the assignments, within 5 assignments, even without I am going there, they 100% accepted. They didn't change any findings in the report. Completely accepted. Like this, so many, several times this was accepted because I know the customer very well. My customer, I know very well because I have spent so much of time with them discussing, observing, discussing, collecting information, analyzing, and putting together. Even after almost 50 to 70 the assignments in the organizations, I have given around 75. Even now, I took that report and went through that last 10, 15 days before. That was a large volume. That's about 80, 75, 80 pages about work standards and how much incentive they have to pay. I have discussed this with the manager several times. But when I gave the report, along with chairman, managing director, me, and this union leaders, they said, we will read this and now we will come back in 10 minutes. I was astonished how they will read this and come back in 10 minutes. This is an 80-page report. They went and came back within 10 minutes. They came back and said, it's acceptable to us. On the entire report they accepted and said, we want 1 more rupee for incentive. I said, I already finalized the report. I cannot do. If I have to, then I have to rewrite the report. To include 1 rupee. Then the chairman said, no problem, I will give 1 rupee. Okay, then that assignment was settled. Like that, so many incidents are there. Only because I have went through the people. Even now, several times I used to go through the supermarkets, meet the people, then travel. Whenever I used to travel, I discuss with people, find time and discuss with people. Then another organization I found, the Tata Consultancy organization. After I started my organization here, 3 people from Tata Consultancy organization, they came here in my office and residence office. They came. I started inquiring about advertisement they have put in newspaper. I said that was about this tea powder advertisement. They put in newspaper. Have you seen it? They asked. I said, newspaper I get here, but I didn't see, I didn't observe, notice that your advertisement was there. Then I asked him from you, and they said they discussed. Then they asked me what I am doing. I said I am a consultant. Then they stopped the interview and they said okay, that's enough. We are something like equals. We need not go in the equal profession. We need not have to go to the detail. I said I didn't see. I will go back and see. So this practice there in all good organizations. They go through when their management trainees in the initial period. They are also getting familiar with the what is there in the market, how are the people behaving. Like there are so many details they collect. The modern companies and the progressive companies, those who work excellently, they collect so much of details and then only they create the system and products. That is why you are getting better products nowadays. So this is the secret behind. So now most of the some of the information I have given, more we will give as we go along. And one more thing is there. We have discussed about this judgment. There are standard judgment methods in ancient world. There are standard judgment methods. One of them you have seen. Immediately when the culprit was brought, that was decided. The person should be punished. So much time is saved. It's all there. In modern times, there are so many industrial engineering techniques. These mainly people in industrial engineering techniques, they develop such a system. Here it is not very common. In Hindu Sudhamata it was there. Some of the standard methods are there. And like those, so many details are there. Industrial engineering people used to develop standard methods. So it is very easy to dispense the case. Again, here in MACT, Motor Accident Claim Tribunal, earlier when this was started, they used every case they used to settle. They used to hear the case, then each case was decided on its merit. After that, I had a accident, and after that I had a visit in the MACT. I went through the process also. After that, some amount was given to me as compensation. After several years, they started giving standard judgments. So such and such cases, such and such amounts are penalized. Or whatever that standard table came into being. And one more thing I have observed in the justice system is that Some of the advocates, they get regularly with cases, when I was visiting the court, they never sit down. That advocates never sit down. So I observed that very in detail when I was going to the court, and found out when the judge asked about the case, about the other advocates that are sitting there, they said, sir, I didn't have the information. That certificate is not ready. It is not with us. They didn't give us the information. But when they ask the person standing, that advocate standing at the counter, he will one by one he will put the, even before the judge asks, he will put forward the certificates, then insurance auditor's certificate. One by one, he used never to sit down in the court. I have seen several times. I have seen. So this is why, if you have a standard procedure, follow that, then immediately that justice will be done. That's why in the beginning I have told the Sagittarius is a military area, something similar to a military area, where discipline is the best, is the most important requirement. From there the life starts. If you if you have proper discipline, proper attitude, proper behavior, certainly you will have a very good life throughout your life. That is a measured quantity of life we are giving, and we modify the life. In the you can see here in the third Aquarius, there is a pot. That pot, that the symbol of the Aquarius is a man with a pot. Normally, the capacity, the life, or the sanctions we make is based on man, not woman. And in normal studies also, industrial engineering studies also, modern industrial studies also, it is based on man hours. The job time is allowed based on man hours, not woman hours. There is no, but both are same, almost same. Whatever man hours, they issue the woman hours also. But in the other is Vastu Shastra, there is also this same procedure we follow. There, we now, throughout the world, you follow one system, that is 1 foot means 12 inches. 1 inch is throughout the world is the same. But in Vastu Shastra, ancient Vastu Shastra, it is not like that. It depends on the family head, depending on the middle flank of the middle finger, that is the basic unit. Based on that, the height, weight, the dimensions are fixed. So it is based on the measurements of the family head, the house is constructed, building or house is constructed. If we based on the measurement of the woman, then the man cannot be accommodated in that. Because normally man has a much larger figure. In that, the woman can be accommodated. Just like if we make the building based on the measurements of man, family head man, then woman can be accommodated. If it is reverse, that cannot be accommodated. This is the right method. And in most of the modern methods, many times the wrong thing happens. That they take the woman as the standard and try to accommodate man inside woman. That will never can happen, and that is the main reason when there are women chief executives, they are at least not if at present, and in the later days there used to be a deterioration, a severe deterioration, many times that dynasty or whatever you call it, that used to have degradation and as a fall. That is the main reason. This is because man cannot be accommodated within woman. Woman can be accommodated within the dimensions of man. This is the ancient principle we used to follow from more than 15,000 years. It is there. You can study the ancient Vastu Shastra. This texts are there. You can study and find out. We will continue the discussion in next video. Before that, along with this video, I will give you a simple system of giving judgment. Giving judgment or this something called pocketing technique or Slotting technique. What is that? Is the exact term, slotting technique. I will along this video that the other video giving judgment will be there. We have from the very beginning we classified the people in the entire world as learned people, then Kshatriyas, ruling people, then business people, that is Vaishyas, that is business people, and fourth Shudras, that are the employees or servant category. These are the four categories from the very beginning. Then another one is special class, that is special category. That class is also mainly only four. That classification, how it has happened, naturally that you will see. That is very interesting video, and along this video I posted in my site. Okay, thank you. I hope you had a very interesting session with me. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you again.